Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Not long to go now, is it? It's creeping up on us very suddenly. I had Isla's nursery closed Monday. It was supposed to be tomorrow. So I've had to do a little bit of adjustment to what I wanted to do this week. One of it being testing our new exciting platform, which will be used for the membership and for all the bookings all in one place. I'll talk to you about that later because today is all about Wednesday wellness tips. Good morning, good morning. So if you're watching live on Facebook, what you need to do is, if you've not used this before with StreamYard, you have to click the link in the post itself and allow it to see your name. You only have to do it once, and then I can see who's saying good morning. So I can see 2 people have said good morning, but I don't know who you are. That's absolutely fine. You can always just put your name in brackets, but I won't see who you are unless you click on that link and allow StreamYard to view you. So how are you doing? So it's all pretty chill here for us. Counting down to Christmas. I don't tend to get Isla revved up. Andrea, good morning. We're just pretty chill. However, when I go to my sister's on, what day is it? Saturday. It's it's bigger. It's bigger. There's big trees. There's big decorations. There's big music. There's lots of abundance of everything. Whereas my house is kind of like, I open the fridge and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to go shopping again. That's kind of how I roll. I try to be organized, but actually it's a good thing because then you're not kind of faced with all this temptation at this time of year. Good morning, Diane, my lovely. So I sound like I'm a little bit bunged up. I don't think I am. It's probably just the dregs of the whole bronchitis palaver, which I think I'm pretty much through. But as always, the body is very interesting and it's thrown in some hormonal stuff this week. So yeah, just bring it on. Let's just get it all out of the way before Christmas. And then on Saturday, I'll be like, I feel amazing. So today then, the topic of this wellness tip is all about concentration. Good morning, Marina. I love that. And friends, yay. So yeah, we're building towards, Vanessa, you did it. Well done. Although I know, Diane, you've also done it previously, and for some reason it's asking you again. But yeah, sometimes we might need to refresh it. I'd love to give a warm welcome to Mandy. We've got Claire and Mandy actually, but Claire's not in the Facebook group. She's having a big break from Facebook. So she accesses it from the portal. So as I say, there's a new portal coming, super, super, super easy. I'm so excited. We've been working on it for months, but I'll let you know when all that's ready and anything that you need to know. But it's really simple and really lovely. It's really easy for people that are not in the group as well, that might want to join in on something. But anyway, story for another day. Today, I want to talk about this whole focused concentration. So in mindfulness and in relaxation, you know, obviously we talk a lot about meditation, yoga, we look at practical tools and techniques, we work with the mind, you know, we talk about massage, we talk about going for walks. All these things are really, really helpful for us. A lot of the things that we talk about on these wellness tips. What we're doing is we're actually trying to, in terms of mindfulness anyway, the whole definition of mindfulness is to kind of try to stop the mind being busy, isn't it? It's stop the mind thinking too much about the future and thinking too much about the past. And it's just natural. It's not about stopping that altogether. We need to forward think, we need to plan, we need to reflect. It's only when it gets to overthinking, over worry about things that may or may not happen, when it becomes either chronic or an issue, or if we're reflecting so much so that we're actually regretting, feeling bad on ourselves, and then moving into more of a depression about that. So that is the difference in that timeline between now, future, being totally anxious and overwhelmed, and past, which is getting to that point of regret and moving into depression. So it was Buddha that says we have extremes of everything in every situation, in every single thing in our life, from being super hot to being super cold, and the highest extremes of those conditions. And we have our masculine, our feminine, we have our day and our night. we have our complete interdependence, which is what my post was about yesterday. I think it was about when you're overly dependent, which is where I've been, especially when I lived in Dubai, which was dangerous actually, because it got me to a point where when I went on that hike, that mountain hike, and got stuck on the mountain, nobody knew where I was. Whole of the story. That's a whole other story. To the point of the complete opposite, where you're so codependent and reliant on somebody. So we have these extremes. So that is what the whole mindfulness thing is around. It's about trying to bring yourself a little bit more center, whilst trying to then calm those thoughts down. So all these different things like, guided meditation can help focus the mind, sound healing, because you're not listening for a song. The mind's not thinking as much because it's focusing on, oh, that's another sound. Oh, that's another sound. So it's all about, as you know, finding what works for you. So one of the things that I did a few months back, you probably saw one of the pictures that I posted. I did it with Melody and a couple of her friends, where we did the moon pendant workshop, which again, if you're interested in that, you can actually ask Melody. The name of that lady, she might do some separate thing. She just started up, but it was amazing. It wasn't something for me that I could do a full day of again. I found it really, really tiring. And this is only because I'm not a crafty person. Okay. So everybody's different. Everyone's got a thing. What I am, though, is good at painting. Okay. I'm good at drawing. So it's a different kind of attention to detail. My mum is really good at crafting. She makes all these amazing toys. Some of them are very, very interesting. We have quite a laugh about it. But very, very good. She makes all these little bags and things. I can't do any of that. I'm not good at stuff like that. I don't enjoy it. So things like colouring in, people colour in things, for the mindfulness, that makes me go, ah. I don't like colouring in because I'm it's almost like I need that freedom, but somebody else might feel peace from that. There are no rights or wrongs. What I want to talk to you about is the fact that what it did do for me, that workshop, I also lose concentration quite easily. So I can't do things for too long. So it's like I can change things and mix them up throughout the day, but to concentrate on one thing, I find quite hard. But you again choose, don't you? How long do you want to do something for? And this is what I want to recommend you do over this period. So it's about finding what works for you. So what did work for me in that workshop was I forgot about everything, everything. And what was so beautiful was it was because it was all women together, which was also really nice. And we were chatting about random stuff, just like concentrating, like polishing our pendant and just talking random. And it just felt like how it should be, how it would have been in the past. Vanessa says, crafting definitely is in my mindful toolkit. Yes, and Marina. And it's just finding your thing, isn't it? Because everybody's creative. Some people say, oh, I'm not a creative type at all. We are all creative just by being alive, because we are part of creation. So it can be writing. It can be thinking of solutions. Practical solutions is still something really creative. And I found that fascinating. And it's stuff that we know, isn't it? But you forget about these things and you think, oh, do you know what? Yoga and meditation is for me. And then you do something and you're like, oh my gosh, brilliant. And the opposite way around. So people that have never done something like meditation and yoga, they might find something else. And then they're introduced to something and they say, yes, that's for me or not. Okay. Exploring what works for you. And that's part of what I like to do with the Me Time Festival, for example, that's coming in end of June. That's all about, okay, let's dabble with this, let's dabble with that. And lots more things that I'm bringing in this year, workshops and things like this for you to have a dabble in. People who I've already either been on their workshop or how I've met and trust and understand and have been vetted for you to kind of go on these workshops as well. So I'd like to invite you to have a think. Okay, so you might be getting certain gifts over Christmas that might be like, it could be anything, something like crochet or something. See, is it one where you need to be completely silent? So for example, when I'm writing, I need to be completely silent. It's not a mindfulness thing for me is writing, because it is quite deep thinking. So it's about trying to find something where you completely lose yourself, where all you're focusing on is the act itself. Vanessa, when you did that amazing workshop on the Women's Wellbeing Day, where they made their dream catchers and things, And I know you do all sorts of things like that. So feel free to pop in some suggestions for people. So what is it that you can just take yourself off? And you could even have a casual chat if you wanted to while you were doing it. A lot of people sit and knit, don't they, by the fire, and they have chats and things. Let's bring that back in. So that is my Wellness Wednesday tip for you today, is to really think, what did you do when you were little? Because that gives you some hints as well. If you've forgotten a big part of yourself, what did you used to do? Was it, was it colouring? Was it random pictures? Was it sticking things together? So just have a think and maybe have a Google. You could put like crafting ideas or mindfulness, creative ideas, and see if you can just set aside a little bit of time in this festive season to do something that is really soulful for you, that feels right. And don't worry if you try something it doesn't work. That's all part of it. So with that, I need to have a deep think myself of what that is going to be. I've been craving painting a dragon's eye for ages. In fact, I saw it in my dream one day. A big orange dragon's eye. I mean, I love drawing eyes anyway. It's one of my favorite things to do. I like painting animals. I like painting their eyes, and I like painting people, and especially their eyes. I'd just paint eyes if I could. So this big, huge dragon eye, and I think it'd be a nice one to do because it's not going to be overly self-critical, because you could do it really abstract or you could do it really detailed. It doesn't matter. It's about taking that out and putting it on paper. I feel like I need to get it out. So Vanessa also says table arrangements today, bringing evergreens into our home. Oh, I love that. You see, I don't have that eye. And I love it when people do it. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. And everyone's got their gifts, haven't they? Everyone's got their visions. I'm terrible at like interior design and stuff like this. I'm terrible at organizing things in my own home. Um, and I just love it because this is what the world is all about. It's about having this unique gift and offering that gift to others who really appreciate it, because they can't see it, they can't feel it. I'm one of these really appreciative people who when someone cooks for you, because I understand it takes time and creativity and you have to be good at it. I'm quite good, I can do it. It's just not on the top of my list. It's just, I do find it quite mindful actually when I'm in the mood. But when someone cooks for me and it's really good, I'm like your biggest fan, you know. So it's nice to appreciate what other people can do. Marina's put, my two at the moment are calligraphy. Ooh, see, again, that requires patience, doesn't it? So me, I'd be like, and embroidery. I used to do embroidery actually when I was younger. I do like the idea of stopping something and returning to it and doing something over a longer period of time, but choosing to do it in little short bursts. I used to do these, but I want to get back to them. Jewelry is another one. Interesting. So maybe we can start to think about bringing some creativity into our 2022. But why not start now? That's the thing. These whole New Year's resolution things, it's about an energy. It's about what do you want to be, know, or do that year. And that's why we're going to be doing that online mini retreat on the 30th. Andrew says we have loads of holly and we'll pick some. Oh, we completely forgot. Brilliant. I love that. I love that kind of, just being in the land and optimizing it and just making things look beautiful. I really, really love that. So hopefully I have raised some creativity and inspiration into your week this Wednesday wellness. Obviously, these messages come through quite delayed. So if you say something and I've already switched off, I'm not ignoring you. I will reply to you. I'm going to try and have a little bit of a few hours in the office this afternoon. Got mum coming down to watch Isla. And then I'm going to do Melody's class tonight. So we'll do a gentle yoga. Or I might even do you know what? I might even do a little bit of a belly dance. It's a short session. I might do a bit of a belly dance class tonight. Let's see. Vanessa says, in that flow of creativity, let's say, and it gets your sacral going, which is your root. It's your source of your creativity. Vanessa's even just trying a posy of holly, ivy, and pine and bringing it in, symbolizing resilience and strength through winter. Oh, I like that as well. Like really kind of giving it some importance too, not just pretty. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, my lovelies, I will wish you a gorgeous, gorgeous Wednesday. I'll see you at 6 o'clock tonight for our session, and I'll be back again Friday morning, Christmas Eve. Friday philosophical thoughts, and we'll go from there. Lots and lots of love. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you soon.